let's talk specifically about magazines, okay? So major magazines, in a lot of ways, their funding comes from advertisers. And anytime that money and revenue is coming from advertisers, you have to take into account that not only are there actual ads inside, let's say, a magazine, but that the magazine has to reflect the lifestyle that the advertisement is conveying. So for example, if you're talking about, let's say, Ralph Lauren, okay, their lifestyle, their brand is upper class living. It's essentially leisurely living. There's a lot of, I feel, horses and fields. And so, you know, certain people have access to this. The thing is, when you have that kind of branding, you also have to have messaging in the magazine that corroborates that branding. So for example, this is why you don't see a Ralph Lauren ad on one page and then an article written by a fat woman talking about how much she loves her body and her working class existence, for example, or whatever. It's just not going to happen because of the messaging, because marketing is such a sophisticated science in some ways, you know. And so so what I'm saying is that I don't see media makers as evil. I see media makers as people who are beholden to business. They're beholden to marketing. I always think of it as like dating, right? Like, for example, you don't want to go on the date with the person you met on Craigslist Casual Encounters. Like, you want to go with the person who, like, your friend has told you they're not a murderer, they're not going to do anything. I know that we have 8 people in common if you need some references. Like, I mean, everybody wants to mitigate risk. This is normal human behavior, and we should be very proud of ourselves for that. But I think it becomes problematic when you're talking about media that are reaching millions of people globally, right? And this is where the personal responsibility comes in. So I'm not saying that media makers are evil. I'm saying that they are good business people. And what we can do is, like I was saying, you know, leverage social media, leverage these various kinds of alternative media to really show that there is this interest, there is this community of people who are invested.
Yeah!